This episode of Speakers of Eidolon is made possible by our generous patrons, like Chris, Clinway, Christoph Haas, Centra, Celesta, Mommy B, Eric Herring, Casey Schaefer, Alex Baus, and Omejicat Comet. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/speakersxiv. This is Speakers of Eidolon. Good evening, Aorcians. Welcome to Speakers of Eidolon episode 41. I'm Lukile Bravestone, and I am, as usual, joined by Orange Caramel and Maela Vanadar. Sorry about the technical difficulties at the beginning there. There was a lot happening. Today we're going to talk about patch 3.57. It's been a very quiet week as well, mind you. We're gonna talk about the No Clip 1.0 documentary, and in the great discussion today, Stormblood. Okay, this is from the forums, so we saw this one was very popular, so we thought, okay, we have to discuss this. Stormblood budget, where's the money gone? So a bit of a controversial one today. Before we do that, let's talk about the channel. Remnants of a Realm episode 8 was released today, which is the Easter and everything just pushed my schedule a bit away, so that's why it came out today. We have to also bring up the artwork segment that we teased in the previous episode. We have already received some entries. So if you want to send that in, that's at speakersofeidolon@gmail.com. Let's move on to what we've done this week. Who wants to start?
Why don't you start this time?
God, you're... Okay, well, what have I done this week? Well, in the quiet week that's passed, well, of course, Easter happened. I was away for a few days during Easter, so I haven't been able to play as much, but this is a big surprise probably for everyone watching and listening. I recorded footage for Remnants of a Realm. And I haven't really done any. It's scary. I keep doing like less and less. It's like, have I done anything that's not Remnants of a Realm related? I'd say no. I've AFK'd in Idleshire, and I also AFK'd in Limsa the other day, and I woke up with like 3 people sitting on my face. So yeah, I hope someone else has done more than I have done, because it has been a very... Wait, have I actually... No, I don't think I've actually done anything this week, other than the Remnants of a Realm, which was actually quite interesting, because I'd forgotten all about like the Silver Bazaar. I hadn't given that one a thought. Well, except for it made a brief appearance in the Heavensward main scenario in the beginning. Isn't that where like Lord Lolorito is like, haha, she's not dead after all? I think that happened in one of those buildings.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while since we heard from the Silver Bazaar, and I think it's even longer since we heard from the Golden Bazaar.
Yeah.
That's like that's a Realm Reborn content, like 2.1-ish, maybe even 2.0. Actually, I think it might be 2.0 when you're like running around in Camp Drybone. Anyway, let's move on to someone else. Let's go to
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Maela, you're next.
So for this weekend, at least, I played with our lovely free. Oh, while I'm talking, by the way, Lukile.
Yeah.
Bottom right of the stream.
Bottom right?
So
oh, no, I'm going to kill myself.
You can update that.
I'm going to go update that.
So I've been playing with our lovely free company. We tried to do Zervan Extreme, but the queue didn't pop after about 2 hours, so gave up on that. And then I found a house for sale in the Goblet.
Oh,
for someone. I didn't buy it because I've already got one, but one of our lovely members got that, so that was nice.
Right.
And then I did leveling roulette with my summit, well, my Arcanist, and I managed to get to level 30, so I'll unlock the job and try and push that up at some point. Because it's basically like Black Mage but mobile.
Right.
which will be a shame because I prefer Black Mage. But other than that, I haven't done that much either, to be honest with you. 3.57, as we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
There wasn't that much there.
Spoilers. Orange, what have you done? Go ahead.
Huh?
Yeah, go ahead, Orange.
I think neither of us has been playing actual Final Fantasy XIV this week. But
I've been logged in. To my defense.
Well, I mean, like...
that should count as semi-playing. But yeah, you've done something else, Orange.
Oh yeah, a friend of mine lent me his PS4 because I bought the Persona 5 because I really wanted to play it. I couldn't wait more. And yeah, I've been playing that game every spare time that I've had before. It's a really, really good game. I'm really impressed. I only played 4 and 3, well, and the spin-offs that 4 had for beta and, the fighting ones. But this game, oh my god, it's so good. It has been a while since the last time I played a game with so much enthusiasm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, right now that 14 isn't, adding any new content because it's normal. It's the end of the expansion. I'm playing, other games, and this time it's for Persona 5. And so far, I've played more or less 70 hours, and I'm enjoying it a lot so far.
Right. Right.
Nothing. I haven't even started 14 this week, I think.
Okay. Yeah. So that's been our week. Let's talk about the actual content. Persona.
It's over already.
Actual content.
Thank you for watching Speakers of Idle and I'm Lukile. Okay. I almost said Persona 3.57. Patch.
That was the best in the series.
Oh yeah.
Patch 5. No. Patch.
Oh my god, Luke.
Oh my god. This is the worst podcast we've ever had, and I'm terribly sorry.
3.57.
Was released on April 18th, and with it came joy and disappointment.
Mostly joy.
Mostly joy. The thing that we got was... most of it was, all of it was expected, let's be honest. There was a thing that we talked about a couple of episodes back. Like, there was a rumor of a trial. And we did not get that trial. I should have actually gotten that, but there was like I don't know where that rumor came from. That's the problem.
Me neither.
Which is why I stopped bringing it up in the podcast, because I couldn't.
Was it ready?
Did he not say something like?
Yeah.
Someone asked him, "Are we going to get something like Steps of Faith to go into Amigo?" And he's like, "You'll just have to wait and find out."
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah, they were planning sort of like a trial-like Steps. Yeah. I feel like I hear that line in my head, so I might just be mad. That might also be a reason why I hear voices. Patch 3.57. The difficulty of obtaining items required to complete the Anima weapon quests have been reduced as follows. So the drop rate for luminous crystals has been increased.
Again.
Yes. The number of elementally aspected luminous crystals required to the number of elementally aspected luminous crystals required to exchange for astral nodes and umbral nodules have been reduced from 3 of each one to 1 of each.
That's quite a big nerf as well.
Yep. And the number of crystal sand received when exchanging items with oh god, how do you pronounce his name? Ulan?
Ulan
has been increased from 1 to 2.
Doubling the speed.
Yep. The number of elegant tomestones of lore required in exchange for singing clusters have been reduced from 150 to 80.
Doubling that as well.
What a weird nerf to me.
The number of singing clusters received upon completing the quest Seeking Inspiration has been increased from 10 to 18. So that is the full relic, the Anima weapon quest nerf. No light nerf.
No, I'm surprised by that because it's I think it's currently, now that the Umbrite step got nerfed, the hardest one and the most consuming, most time consuming one.
Yeah.
And the most boring.
Well, Bright was
Don't-
very boring.
Come
as
on,
well.
everyone loves A1. Wasn't that a boy band?
What?
I suddenly got like that is A1 was a boy band, I believe.
It sounds like one.
Yeah, it does. Anyway, the weekly limitation on Alexander. Wait, let's talk about the. No, let's just move on. Orange is gone. The weekly limitation on Alexander
I'm here.
gears received upon completing Alexander, the soul of the creator, has been removed.
That's the one to exchange for the weapon, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And they reduced that from 7 to 4 earlier as well, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they did, didn't they? Yeah. So that's good. So it's easy to get that weapon now. Which item level is that? 260? Or
Never mind. It says that literally the
Two-
next point has been reduced from 7 to 4.
Oh.
Never mind.
The number of Alexandrian gears required in exchange for micro stones have been reduced from 7 to 4. And the strength of the Echo Ground in Alexander Savage has been increased. So yeah, what's the item level of the weapon you get from Alex?
260.
260?
No, it's not the weapon from Alex. It's the Shire weapon.
Yeah.
But you need.
Yeah, I mean the thing you get from
I think you can upgrade it to 270.
That's further
Yeah,
down the line here, but yeah,
It bothered me a lot because the last time in Play 14, which was before the patch, I exchanged it one because why not? I had 7 of them.
Yeah.
And why not? I wasn't as clever as I thought to wait for the patch and the nerfs, but that was unlucky for me.
Yeah. Well, how many of those weapons are you going to get? That's the question.
I only wanted one
Yeah,
for
so-
my
There we go.
my next DPS class.
So the Echo has been the strength of the Echo granted in Alexander Savage has been increased. The Echo will take effect upon entering Alexander Savage, increasing players' maximum HP, damage dealt, and healing magic potency by 15%. Unlike other instances, the strength of the Echo will not increase in the event all party members are incapacitated. So this is the normal stuff.
I'm surprised they didn't add one for server. Aren't you?
Oh yeah. You know what? I thought they did actually. So that's yeah, they didn't do that.
Because it will be it will make people who didn't have like intentions to clear it to at least try it more.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I still haven't cleared it. I haven't even queued for it yet. I will. Close to 4.0.
Well, the queue lasts a long time, Orange, so you have fun with that. It's actually the only thing in Raid Finder now, Extreme 7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
The
weird.
only-
Yeah, because that's the next one. Players can now queue to enter the following trials via the Duty Finder: the Minstrel's Ballad, Thornton's Reign. That was about time. The Containment
Yeah.
Bay S1T7 Extreme, the Minstrel's Ballad, Nidhogg's Rage, and Containment Bay P1T6 Extreme. So yeah, as you said, the only one still left in the Raid Finder is Servan.
Which makes the Raid Finder really awkward. Why is it there? Why don't they add a feature to Q4 practice or completion in the Duty Finder itself? It would be really, really good for people who aren't familiar with the UI. You know,
Yeah.
it's like a less tough.
But they do have that in the Raid Finder. I mean,
Yeah,
when it's
but
in the
not
Raid
many-
Finder, that's when it's relevant to do training, I guess.
But why don't they add it to the Duty Finder itself
Because it
so
would
you don't have to?
I can see why, because if you have to, like, that's the problem with the Raid Finder, because you don't know what to queue for. So if people never queue for practice, you will never be able to do practice. So that's the problem. Or
No,
when you try
I'm saying that they add that feature as well
to the Duty Finder,
yeah.
but that doesn't make sense.
No, only for those duties.
Oh right,
Basically, just get rid of Raid Finder.
Yeah.
Incorporate
yeah.
it.
The Raid
It's how that shouldn't
that's
have
better.
existed, in my opinion. It's
Yeah, the Raid Finder is an awkward system that feels like I didn't even know about the Raid
it's
Finder.
another duty, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
So
yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I agree about that. That the Raid Finder shouldn't.
it's not a problem for me because I know what the Raid Finder is for.
Yeah.
But a lot of people get confused with the map, the UI. You know, people who aren't familiar to the game, and that will be like a Q&A, a quality of life improvement.
Right.
So
Okay.
I
Moving
don't
on.
know.
Dunscape has been adjusted as follows. The weekly restrictions on rewards obtained from coffers have been removed. The weekly restriction on obtaining Maki shillings has been removed. So you can farm all the shillings and get some stuff. And the next one is important. Players can now exchange a Maki farthing, Maki penny, and a Maki shilling for a deepest gob dip by speaking with Bertana in Idleshire. So
Fantastic.
that's good. So you can get the weapon from Alexander and then upgrade it to 270.
Yes.
Right off the bat.
It seems like they wanted people who to get the gear from 3.5 and 3.4 much easier, so they can stick to the game.
This is clearly to get people geared up. So
yeah. That happened in 2.55, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember it, but
yeah.
I think it got easier.
Oh yeah. When registering to enter the diadem, players who discard their mission ceruleum after being matched. I just realized that I was reading something about the diadem. Players who discard their mission ceruleum after being matched, but prior to entering the instance, will incur a penalty for abandoning the duty. Oh, people did that?
Yeah.
Why?
But that doesn't make any sense.
I was confused as well, but I read the comments, and apparently people did that to
but
avoid.
It's probably just for lols, because it doesn't make any sense, because your ceruleum is lost regardless. Like, what's the point when you're matched and it dings?
Yeah, now that I read it again, it's
that doesn't make any sense.
Why will anyone discard the item before entering? That makes no sense.
Yeah, so it's like a lose-lose situation anyway. So yeah, that doesn't make any sense. So those are the features that were added. Was there anything you guys wanted them to add that they didn't add?
A trial?
Yeah, we're kind of hoping for something slightly unexpected. It was literally everything we said they would probably add, they added. They didn't add anything sort of.
As you remember, I was joking with you because I had a dream. I had a weird dream where they were adding new main story quest lines and
Orange before the
two trials.
Before the patch, I asked like what you were expecting, and Orange was like, I expect new main story, I expect a trial. I was like, what?
No, because I dreamt it, but I thought at least we will get like one trial that something to keep playing the game.
Yeah.
And trials are something like preparation for Stormblood, like we had with Steps of Faith, which was an introduction to Isgard.
Yeah.
Like that bridge.
Yeah, that is missing.
I've never seen that bridge before, so maybe something beyond Miles' world.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
yeah, I agree. I feel like something is sort of missing. Something like there was something we talked about this, but like there was something a little bit off about the main story. Like it feels like something is missing. I'm not ready for it feels like the main story isn't quite ready for Stormblood yet.
And they are not pushing the hype for Stormblood.
Yeah,
they could be doing it, but
there's a live letter next week. Maybe that's when they actually start doing it. I mean, they have been building hype. Like they have hype.
Oh yeah. I mean, but inside the game, actual content.
Yeah.
Which is not the main story quest line for aiming for Stormblood or Al Amigo, you know.
Yeah, I was kind of bummed out by the fact that we didn't get any kind of trial, but I realized that the fact that we didn't actually get a proper trial in 3.56, and as also pointed out in chat, like there was ending credits, and I thought at that point I started to realize that okay, we're not going to get a trial.
But we didn't get the story credits when we defeated the. No, we got them.
It was part of the main story. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember now. I thought it was a different trial.
No, yeah. So yeah, it's a bit weird all this, but it's fine. I'm not panicking, but it's it was a little bit lackluster. We've already talked about this. What?
Do you think it was a good idea to split the 3.5 into so many patches, comparing it to 2.5? Do you guys prefer it this way or
No.
the way we had it when 2.x series?
I feel like they should have 3.55 should have been it. So 5.6 and 5.7 should have been in one.
Yeah, I agree as well.
Yeah, because this
But
was like
if they were to do that again, they will have to implement more content to at least feel like equally, that the initial patch and the other one will have the same content.
Yeah.
But we didn't have this. It's 3.55, and the rest of them were much less than the initial one.
Yeah. They're also pointing out in chat that we still haven't heard the full song, so we might get a CGI or something with that song on, which will probably build some hype.
I watched the date that the Dragon Song was released, and it was very close to the launch date. So I guess we still have to wait a few weeks.
Yeah,
maybe more than a month, I guess.
The Heavensward CGI had loads of 2.55 like spoilers in it, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Whereas the Stormblood one we've had so far is sort of on its own.
It is. I haven't thought about the length. Is it the same length as the Heavens? I feel like the Heavensward one is longer, but maybe. I'm just...
The Heavensward one was longer, I guess.
There is that whole fighting scene at Ralger's Reach. That one stretches out for a while, and it might actually be just.
But remember the initial cutscene in 2.55 where you enter the how's it called? The place in Ulda where the fight is.
Yeah.
That is really, really long. Remember?
Yeah.
And then the one with in the Coertas, I think it was much longer.
Yeah.
I didn't complain about the length of 3.55 or 3.5, but
I felt like it was fine. It was
fine, but
it was not like 2.55. So yeah,
we can't deny that 2.5 was longer. I'm not saying better because everyone has different opinions, but it was clearly longer.
Yeah. So how do we feel about this being the last patch before Stormblood?
Worried.
Yeah. I think we might see a decrease in active players before
definitely.
Stormblood. Seeing as there was no new content with 3.57.
But I don't understand. I don't get it. It's an easy. There are a lot of easier ways to push the hype for the new expansion, like events or maybe fates, maybe something new to keep people playing it. But they don't want to add anything, not even a fate or to quests. I don't know.
Yeah.
It feels weird.
It does feel, it's weird. It's like something is off. Something just I don't feel fulfilled with that last.
But we still have to get at least one event, right? Before the.
Do you think there's going to be an in-game event?
Next.
We still have 2 months before the release of Stormblood, so I think we should get at least another one.
But that would warrant another patch.
No, don't need to.
Yeah, they probably would.
They would have to do that, wouldn't they?
They need to do something in between with the news, though. They need to start pushing out regular reveals and things like that.
I think Yoshi P said so too. That as we got closer, they would start to like really fire things up. So
they need to.
Yeah.
I want to clarify something. I said fates, but what I meant with fates was with something. I mean, they didn't add anything. Not a single fates. Like they love fates. They love.
It's weird that you
adding fates, making us do fates, but they didn't even do that for Stormblood. Something new. So that's why I'm worrying. What are they doing with the time?
Yeah. That's something we're going to talk about later. There was also some bug. I'm just going to do the bug fixes as well. Maybe there's some fun. I can see the diadem being mentioned here.
Why do you love diadems so much?
The following issues have been addressed. It's nice to see them fixing the diadem. Let's see what they did. An issue wherein enmity from the elemental amplified wind crystal, which appears in the diadem, was not cancelled under certain conditions.
Oh, thank God!
Finally,
That's been every day.
An issue wherein the effects of dissipation would be received while a pet is still summoned when the scholar actions dissipation and summon were used at the same time.
Don't know what that means.
The fuck do you do that? How do you do that? Okay.
Oh, before I forget, there is an issue. I don't know if you guys have realized about it. When you're flying, when you're in a mount flying, and you are aiming towards the sky, up, and you press the key for auto walking. How is it called? The auto run key.
Yeah.
Sometimes it slows down. Like
yes, I've noticed.
Oh
that.
yeah, I've noticed that too.
And the icon for it is not shown, so you have to press it twice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's an issue. I think they should take care of it. But it's really annoying. Like
because the
I'm going to, when I was doing dailies, I had this issue a lot. So I was like, okay, let's press this key. In the meantime, the mount is going to its destiny. I'm going to like drink or something, and then I realize it's going much slower than it should be.
Yeah. Yeah, it switches to like regular run speed or walk speed. Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah, but
I think it's not do it during like the animation for going up.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, another issue that has been solved. An issue wherein action status effects that cannot normally be prolonged were able to be prolonged. When another action is used at the same time, the Astrologian action Celestial Opposition activates.
Yeah, good.
Oh god, I thought it said Lord of Verminion. Oh, that's so nice. I got really happy.
An issue where Lord of Verminion was added to the game.
Lord of Verminion has been removed. An issue wherein the crest was not displayed properly when the item Lord Commander's coat was equipped by a Highlander.
What?
How does that... Okay, whatever. An issue wherein changes to the pull-down menu of the Spoils Trader window were not reflected properly. Oh, there are two more. An issue wherein some of the background music that played during the main scenario quest Mask of Grief was incorrect. How interesting is this? An issue wherein an incorrect name was displayed during the staff credits. We have reached rock bottom, everyone.
Thank God, because every time I read the credits in full and I saw that name,
really bugged me.
Incorrect.
I was like, shit, that's sad.
I know that guy. That's not how you spell it.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the credits are really long.
The longest in any game, aren't they? They won an award for it.
Yeah.
I always skip them. Even if I try, I always try to like, let's watch them. But I always give up.
But that's a Realm Reborn, right? They're not that long in.
I can't remember. I just watch it until the song's finished once, and then.
Yeah, same. Yeah, so now we're going to talk about oh god, where are we? Oh yeah, No Clip. We have to talk about it. The 1.0 documentary that's coming up from what I can tell, like, it's one guy, and he's going to make a 1.0 documentary, and that sounds familiar.
It does sound quite familiar.
Yeah. Obviously going to make it way better than I did, but what does that mean for our Fallen Rise? Well, I haven't... The thing is that it's a bit of an awkward situation because I'm sort of holding a little bit because I want to see what that documentary is going to be like. Because I feel like I'm not going to continue the Fallen Rise series if it's already been covered by someone who does it way better. You know what I mean? Because that's why I made the Fallen Rise series, because there was no documentary like it on YouTube. So, and I've sort of finished the arc. It's like we're at the last episode that's coming up soon is gonna be like the final wrapping up. Like the servers have ended now, so now we're just gonna look at the work and the promo and like repairing the damaged game, or the brand of Final Fantasy 14 from 2012 to release in 2013. So that's the last part of our. That's actually why I'm ending the Fallen Rise series there, and then I'm gonna stand by and see how that documentary pans out, and then when it's done, I will reconsider and maybe again launch the rest of the Fallen Rise series under a new name. Yeah, because that is the other thing that is worrying me a little bit, and that is the fact that he, I totally forgot his name. Oh God, what's his name again?
No clip.
No, the guy behind it. Jesus, I had it, and I've closed the because of all the technical stuff we had.
Danny?
Yes, Danny. Boy.
Oh, I don't know how to. It's like O'Dwyer. Dwyer. O'Dwyer.
Dwyer, yeah, whatever. Danny. He
Danny
in a
boy.
tweet he said the fall and rise of Final Fantasy XIV Online, and it sort of indicated that it might even be called the same. I might be wrong, but I mean that's what I read, and I don't. Yeah, so that's why I'm holding off a bit, finishing the 6th episode, and then we're probably just gonna wait and see. So Orange is not having a good time.
Is it fine now?
Yeah,
my cam.
Your camera will improve. Like there's something wrong.
I got disconnected for a moment.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I can't DMCA him obviously because that's not how it works.
But I have a question to ask you about the Fall and Rise series. But don't you think that you, as an experienced player from 1.0, will have more interesting stuff to talk about than that guy that I know that haven't played 1.0? Well, yeah, he haven't played 1.0.
You don't have to have played it to make a good documentary about it.
But no, I think it's very important. Like you experienced it with your own hands, and
I experienced it with my own hands.
Oh, you played it with your
hands.
hands. You played them. You played it with your hands.
I touched it.
I didn't say anything weird. Well,
yeah, no, that doesn't really. It doesn't bother. I'm glad that people are making documentaries about this. So, but that does mean that I have to hold back a bit because I don't want to be compared to someone who's. There's a lot of implications here, so that I have to take into consideration. So, we'll see. I'm excited for that documentary though. It's probably going to be really good.
It's a documentary made by a team of people who make what I make in a year every month. So.
Yeah, they know what they're doing, and yes, they point out in chat they're actually doing interviews and stuff, which is way out of what I did.
Yeah, imagine Lukile going to Japan and trying to get hold of Yoshida.
Yeah, I did it from like a gamer's perspective, and I think they're going to do it more from like an outsider's perspective, like in a more nuanced perspective, I guess, than what I did. Anyway, it's going to be 2 different products, but if you're wondering why I'm holding back Fall and Rise, that is kind of the reason why. I kind of want to see where that is going first, because I don't want to be like, people are going to be like, oh yeah, look at this poor version. We already know this. We watched the No Clip documentary. Okay. Yeah, I don't want that to be happening.
But people are asking for your continuation.
Yeah, I'm very glad. I'm flattered.
They are showing support for you.
As long, I mean, the 6th episode is gonna be out soon, and then we'll see. Okay, there's just a tiny thing we have to talk about as well. That's that. We're done with that. Daddy of Light has been renamed Dad of Light. I thought that was pretty nice.
What do you think?
They obviously, so they eventually came to the same conclusion as as all of us have done, that Daddy of Light is a little bit what do we call it? It suggests something unfortunate.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Of Light.
So it's now called Dad of Light. So translation and localization actually worked here.
When's it coming out here? It's like autumn, isn't it?
No, it's actually, I think it's
out in Japan soon, I think. But
yeah,
we're obviously going to review it and do
oh yeah, we're gonna do a live reaction.
Discussion.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do a reaction video on that.
Daddy of Light.
Are we?
It's almost more important than the game itself.
Yeah, Orange. Please look forward to it. Let's see here. It's on.
Why do I want to watch that?
It'll air on Japanese. Let's see. It'll be out on Japanese Netflix on April 20th, and will air on Japanese TV channels MBS and TBS starting April 16th.
TV channels.
Pappy of Light.
It doesn't specify here when it's coming out in the West, but yeah, it's close to fall.
It's probably already been fan translated anyway. We can probably watch it soon.
You know what? Let's do that as soon as possible.
All right.
We'll
No.
we'll watch it and we'll
But
we'll
why,
make it
why would I want to watch that?
Orange. We're
It's
going to
about
watch
the
Dead of
game.
Light.
That you
I
did
can
your
tell you
podcast
that it's
for.
not fun.
Orange,
Eh,
you don't
You've not
know.
watched it.
You haven't watched it yet.
It's a, I'm not going to
It's
say
gonna be hilarious. It's gonna
No.
be amazing.
No.
Orange.
No,
It's going to change your worldviews.
Yeah, we're at least let's watch the first.
you remember when we were both watching YouTube and we found that they have made a yokai video about Final Fantasy 14, and it was like very awful to Western people. It's going to be the same.
But that's the fun part.
Orange, it's going to be really good.
Yeah.
No,
It's
no,
a live action.
You guys
show
watch it.
Where you have to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're gonna watch
I will
the
watch- I will watch the first 10 minutes.
No, everyone's already looked at with the fan sub, so it's fine. We'll watch it later.
Oh, the first fan sub is already out there. It is what we were expecting. Nice. So Orange, that's happening as soon as possible.
And what was that we were,
What?
what were our expectations for it?
Okay, so what do we expect from Daddy of Light? We haven't watched. I swear I haven't watched anything. Of
Dad
it.
of Light, not Daddy.
The only thing I have watched is the trailer, the first one. I think it's like the teaser trailer or whatever, and some pictures from the articles. And it looks like it's gonna be quite a journey.
His son plays a female.
That's not the
Mikoto.
word I would use.
The son plays a female Mikote, and the dad plays
How
a
can
male
that be
hero.
bad? Yeah, he plays Dirtlander.
Yeah, so I am very I'm both hyped and a little bit terrified for what we will experience here. But
How do I unlock the Sylph daily quest?
yeah, because that's gonna be so weird to watch. It's like what are they gonna do? Are they gonna do Beast Tribe dailies? Or are they gonna do main story quests? Shit. I did see like part of a trailer, I think. Or did I watch the whole thing? There was like a point where they were in game and there were like two Lalafels running up to them. And, like they were like role playing, but it was weird because I don't know if they're like, are they gonna like talk on top? Don't spoil anything.
Just gonna...
But it's like, are they gonna like? Are we gonna watch role play? Is what I'm asking.
in slash say. Just it'll zoom in on the chat box.
I hope so. With like some quirky music playing.
Dad, get out of the fire for God's sake!
Yeah, no, but I know that we're laughing at Dad of Light right now, but do
It's
understand that it's probably gonna fit very well with the Japanese audience because that's what it's made for primarily.
I have a question. Does the dad play as a female Lalafell?
No, he plays as a male here. He plays as a
Oh,
male.
what? I didn't expect it.
His son plays as a female Mikote, so it's gonna be.
His son wants free girl.
Yeah.
I'm not that for it.
I hope he does that. Like, I'm girl, free girl, please. Okay.
His dad gives him girl.
Give me some gill, daddy. Okay.
That's
boy,
where it
that
comes
was a
from.
dark. Okay, this went dark. Let's end that one. I'm gonna make a nice little line over that. So we're gonna move on to the great discussion. I am a little bit. This one is gonna be weird. For the first time, we've chosen a discussion that is very popular on the official forums. Which you all know we have a very strained relationship to. But we're gonna discuss this because this is clearly something the community is torn on. And we're here to calm your nerves or make it worse. So here we go. So it's a long post. It's for some reason it's split into parts. I think this person just doesn't... I think because pro tip if you want to use the forums is that there's a limit, but what you do is just you make the post, then you edit it, and then the limit disappears, so you can just make it a massive post. Anyway, he didn't do that, so there are multiple parts. So I just thought a lot. Okay, so the subject is Stormblood budget. Where's all the money gone? Actually, it says where all the money's gone. So I just thought a lot about it until the last fan festival at Frankfurt, and I just asked myself where all the budget for Stormblood went. It's about the triple of the cost of Heavensward without any significant changes in game. If the author is in this chat room, hello. The gameplay revamp is all about some skills fusions, and it's not a real massive gameplay change. Why? We all know the boring linear dungeon thing, and it would have been great to make adjustments to fit in a new way of walking dungeons. And I should have read through this. And okay. Dungeons and raids, like jumping, climbing, diving in the dungeons, using environment to defeat bosses, whatever. Yoshida said that there is no customization evolution planned, but the customization system is old and known by all for its imperfections. There is no new races planned for Stormblood, so why don't they add some new body features, like... Oh, sorry, it just caught me off guard. Like, young body or old one. We have at our dispositions old guy heads and teenager heads too when creating a character. So why do we have to put a 30-year-old body on it? I don't know. Just making some arrangements. If they'll erase all the horrible tattoos at our disposition and put some better things, it would of course be better. Separating horns from heads for our raw, making some tribal specific features, etc.
I agree.
Hold on. Swimming and diving is commercial. All of the MMORPGs at the moment have this feature, and I don't understand why it's so commercialized and put on top of the list. We already have the flight, and it's not so different from that. Why do we only have one swimming animation? Why don't we have a specific race swimming animation? Why do we even swim with our shoes? Why do we even swim with our shoes when we're barefoot? Why everything seems so unfinished? The expansion of the inventory was needed, and it's absolutely obvious that we should have it, so it's not a new feature to me yet. Why, instead of that, don't they tell us they'll make a glamour wardrobe like World of Warcraft, for example, or Guild Wars 2 about the dice, to put in all our glamours instead of pulling out our retainers? Why not putting more lore information in-game via side quests, behaviors and behaviors and all from the different races and all? It would be increasing the interest of not flying areas. Putting some little useless lore items in the environment to such some real treasures on the map. Just making a goal of wandering around and appreciate the graphics effort of the team. Even for the last story quest after the 3.x, I stayed behind my screen like, what? Is that all? Where is the hype for the A Realm Reborn last story arc? All the feelings and stuff. I still have 2 new jobs. They still have 2 new jobs. Is that so? I'm pretty disappointed about this expansion information, and I wonder where all the money went. It's like eating a half-hearted made meal. Tell me what you think. Am I the only one worried? Okay, so there's a lot of stuff to discuss. So first of all, just to shorten it down a bit, what he's basically saying is that from what has been rumored is that from oh my god, from the rumors that we know of, the okay, hold on. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties. Basically, what it all boils down to is like the rumor that we had about that Stormblood would have it. Oh god, I don't know what's going on right now, but I'm sorry. Okay. So this is based on the rumor that oh my god. Okay. This is all based on the rumor that Stormblood has 3 times the budget of Heavensward, which we don't have that confirmed. But he's also saying basically that what we know of Stormblood right now is like the same shit in a different wrapping. And yeah, let's talk about this. So this is, first of all, I have to say that this is a person that has already decided what Stormblood's going to be like.
That's true.
Yeah, which is always a bad idea right off the bat, because we don't know a lot. We know what we're getting in terms of jobs, and we know a bit more about the areas, and we know about the swimming. Now when he talked about swimming, he said basically that we already have flight, and it's not so different from that. That's like he's brushing over the fact that they're going to make underwater areas. Like he thought it was just going to be a mode of transportation. It is a bigger feature than that.
He's not wrong with it being a standard feature though.
That is true. That is very true. And it should probably, I mean, it should have been there from the start. But we all know about the story of Final Fantasy XIV. A Realm Reborn was not a finished game; it was a half-finished game.
But first of all, I'm reading chat now. We have to consider that the triple the budget thing was not official. Maybe it's not true.
Well, it was just from the Japanese version of one of their financial reports, but
yeah. But it is probably safe to assume that it is higher because
I guess it's higher.
Yeah.
But he made really cool points though. I mean, he was talking about the customization, the character customization thing, and I agree with him pretty much. The problem with the character customization for me is that every character looks the same.
They do.
Yeah, I agree.
I would like them to add some different faces or features. I don't know why everyone looks the same.
Yeah, because basically when you're making a character, you have the pretty-looking face, the cute-looking face, and the rest is just ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like 2 and 2, but
yeah.
Every time I see someone, I think, "Oh wow, your character's quite unique." It's because they've picked the ugly options.
Yeah, because you never see those. Yeah.
But why do we only have 4 faces and like more than 30 hairstyles?
There are more faces on certain, like some. I believe some of them have more faces than others, but yeah, they're all
average.
Stuff that's ugly. Yeah. What else did he talk about? Oh yeah, he talked about let's say that they increased the let's say that the rumor is true. We still, as I said, we still don't know quite what we're getting, but we do have to admit that we are seeing a pattern here, that there's gonna be the standard, you know, the two expert. Well, we're gonna get like leveling dungeons, obviously.
We know for sure that the raid, the 24-man one, you know, to dungeons, like you said, it worries me a lot.
Yeah.
Because and I know that a lot of people think the same, because we can't deny that the last month of every patch we like struggle a little bit keeping up the pace with the content.
Yeah.
And that has to change. They have to. I'm not quite sure about the tombstone feature. Like, does it really work?
What?
I don't. I think tombstones. I was talking about this earlier. I think it's because we can be every class on one character, and yet we can only gear one class at a time with tombstones that I don't like.
Yeah.
But some people have said like, oh, but if we could do it all at the same time, you know, we'd have all that extra work to do. But so what?
Yeah.
if you want, you know, if you have the dedication to upgrade 3 classes at once, go for it.
Yeah, I agree. There's and he just, again, I just read this guy. This is like almost like a hatchet job right here, because he's being overly negative, because he brings up the expansion of the inventory. He said it was needed, and it's absolutely obvious that we should have it. So it's not a new feature to me. That sounds like Orange. That sounds like something Orange would have said.
He is on Ragnarok.
Is he? We might need to take a word with you, sir. I mean, it is a new feature. You don't know what the new inventory expansion even means. Like, if it's anything like what we hoped, like it could be like how we hoped it would be. Like, maybe it had a separate tab for crafting items, maybe.
But they already said that it's just inventory slots.
But what does that mean? We don't know anything. We know inventory expansion is what they've said, and it's going to be as big as humanly possible.
Well, yeah, you're true, I guess. But since they said that the glamour tab was not going to happen soon, I believe it's just only free space.
That was like the biggest blow for me when he said that's not gonna happen.
Like the fact that they hadn't even.
Yeah.
Mind blowing.
That's.
But then, do you think that having a tombstone cap for each class will be better?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess.
Look, I'm going to compare to in general, not just as I always do with WoW. If you want to get the last and the best GR4 tombstone, and you play like 3-4 classes, you can do that in other games because you have multiple characters and you can cap with all of them.
Yeah.
But if you want to play like, let's say, Summoner and Dragoon here, you can only cap with one of them and get one piece of gear for one of them, only for one. So what if they made the cap only for classes? Like you can cap with Summoner, and then you can cap with Dragoon and only get gear for that class.
Yeah.
Would that be better? Would you agree with to have that system?
It would make gear easier to obtain for old classes. So yeah, it's still a lot of
time consuming.
Yeah, it's a lot of grinding, but and the expert roulette is still like 2 dungeons, which I mean it would just put more stress on the dungeons because you would play those dungeons even more.
Oh yeah, hold on a second. You can also have alts in this game, but it's not meant to be like this. I mean, what's the point of having a character with all classes? And
there's a lot that I want to change about how endgame works here, but I mean, we don't know yet. Yeah, we know it's probably going to be the same. It's going to be a tombstone system for the endgame, but I'm not too bothered about that. That's fine with me, but yeah,
it would be nice to shake things up.
It would.
I don't complain about this, but because I don't care much about joining up with my other classes later.
Yeah,
but many people want to play with different classes at once, and I can see their point. And
well, I mean, it's like Orange wants to play Dragoon with us in Stormblood.
Yeah,
and obviously we don't want that. We want him on tank or something.
I'm sorry.
So he'd be able to gear his tank at the same time and actually make some sort of contribution to us, rather than being, a joke class.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Oh my God! So... Stop hating Dragoon.
Yeah, I agree, because the game sort of encourages you to level multiple classes, but it makes it almost impossible to gear them.
Exactly.
Because
actually, you can gear them but not with the best gear in the game.
Best gear, yeah. Because you'd have to either buy.
You were going to say that,
or you have to either buy them or craft them. And it's always going to be, except for the craftable gear, I suppose, because if you high quality craft them and meld them properly, they are as good, maybe in some cases even better than some of the end game gear. But yeah, it would be better to. I agree that it would be nice to have like a separate for each class. But that is not the reality we live in. He also says the gameplay revamp is all about some skill fusions and not a real massive gameplay change. Now that's wrong again, because it's not skill fusion. It is skill fusion, but it's more than that. We know that we're getting a new UI for the classes.
I want to try out Samurai as well. I always say Dragoon, but it's because I haven't tried Samurai. Maybe I'll play with Samurai.
Right.
What?
But yeah, the topic is where's the money gone? The reality is the money's gone into the game. I don't even if a game gets triple the amount, doesn't mean that you're going to get like VR and fucking 5 different classes. That's not how this works.
But I guess his point is
they are improving inventory space. They are upgrading the North American data centers. I mean, they're doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. But we have already said this. They are playing it a little bit too safe from what we've heard so far.
Definitely.
I think we can all agree on that.
I think the point of the guy who made the topic was
he's disappointed.
Where has the money gone instead? Because it's obvious he obviously knows that the money has been put into the game, but where? But
yeah,
I can agree with him. Like
Yoshi P's ring collection.
In terms of
he needs one on every finger.
Yeah.
Comparing it to Heavensward, have we got that many? Have we got more features than when we jumped into Heavensward?
I read through. Yeah. I read through this sort of for the first 5-6 pages earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
He did make some good points, and other people did make some good points. So I'll go through what he said.
Okay.
So the gameplay revamp one, he did go around and be like, "Oh, combat revamp coming." And actually, it's not really saying it's a revamp's a bit of a lie. It's more like we're just getting rid of like specific class skills, and it is kind of a fusion. So he has some sort of a point there.
Yeah.
And adding new things into dungeons would be cool because why not? Bit of variety. The customization one, that is somewhat disappointing for many people.
Yeah.
We're not getting a new race, which is like a huge deal of an expansion for an MMO. And we're not getting any more customization really either. Maybe some new hairstyles, but you know, as you've said, everyone looks the same. The swimming one, I kind of can see where he's come from again. It's in every MMO.
Yeah. We still don't know though exactly how it's going to play out.
We still don't know.
I mean, we can
loading screens
more in the future.
Yeah.
Glamour wardrobe, I wanted that. I thought that was what the big inventory expansion would have been.
Is it your number one priority?
It's up there. It's definitely up there because it would keep me going back to old content.
Yeah.
It'd keep me playing the game because I'd have something to actually look, to try to collect.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what he means about the lore informations via side quests. I mean, most of the side quests are kind of lore related.
Yeah, and we have the fucking Moogle, post-Moogle.
I like that sort of thing. Yeah. I'd like more things like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Less Hildebrand.
Have you?
I've not even carried on.
Have you not done it today?
I've still not done it yet. Should we do it after this?
Yes, let's do it after this. We have to do it. We're doing the top 10 trials for our channel, and that's when we realized that Maela has never done Hildebrand, so we have to do all the trials.
That's
for
weird.
Hildebrand.
I'm up to Battle of the Big Bridge, guys. It's fine. It's fun.
Good.
Anyway, what else did he say? Still 2 new jobs. Again, I mean, he's gone through everything that Heavensward's. He said, we're having at least the same or slightly less. So I see what he means with where the money's gone. I'd like to know where the money's gone.
Yeah, maybe we're still waiting, guys.
It could be quality. It could be a quality thing.
We're still waiting for the never before seen in an MMO.
Yeah, exactly. That's where it's gone.
Yeah.
Eureka.
So all the money has gone into Eureka, and Eureka better be amazing.
It better not be Diadem.
It better not be Diadem.
It better not have a single connection to Sea of Clouds.
Yeah, oh god, if it
It looks a lot like it.
I'd throw up all over myself.
I just want it to be no timer, like an overworld zone with daily quests or whatever.
Yes.
Just no timer, not an instance, please. Please.
Yeah. Okay. Let's wrap that one up. Are we done with that, by the way? I don't
have any more.
All my show notes are completely all over the place. Yeah. So let's conclude then. Where did all the money go? All the money went into not the Diadem, but Forbidden Land of Eureka. Or maybe it's something else. It could be something we haven't heard of yet. Like,
we'll see.
Do you think there's a new big feature being added to Stormblood? They haven't told us about yet.
I mean, there's still 2 months left until launch, so could happen. Could happen.
Mm.
Could still be like a massive feature they haven't told us yet. So let's please look forward to that. Okay, let's move on to the best part of this show, the Q&A section.
I've got quite a lot.
That is where we are, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 questions that I've picked up so far.
Yeah, I haven't. If you have any questions, post them in
If
chat
you have
now.
more,
Yeah.
pop them in chat.
Okay,
So,
Maela, fire away.
First question from Mr. Coco.
Oh.
So he asked, "What are y'all?" He spelt it y'all.
Okay.
Expecting story-wise from Stormblood.
Right.
Very specific about the story.
Right.
So Orange Lukile.
Okay, from Stormblood. That I haven't had. I'm expecting it to be epic. I mean, we're obviously the thing that's worrying me a little bit is like how how it start. Like I don't know. We already talked about this, but like Alamigo, how it's gonna play out. That part, if we're going to Alamigo first, or if we're going to Doma first. I believe we might be going to Doma first and then back to Alamigo.
Do you think so? Being Alamigo so close to where we are.
I don't know. No, probably.
Maybe we fail at entering and then we come back with reinforces.
I believe
reinforcements.
he teased by saying that we might need some help from the Domans to free Alamigo.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's what's going to happen. So I'm expecting us to like go to Alamigo or no, go to Doma and gather some rebels. That's probably where we're going to level, and then we come back to fight the Garleans at level 70.
Interesting.
Maybe, I don't know. It could be anything really, but I hope it's good.
Well, besides that, I really hope for a good billing. I really hope the new emperor is amazing and is well written.
Yeah.
Because I love Thornton, I love Nidhogg, and I really hope the new one is up to art.
Has high standards.
What?
You have high standards.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to say though that did you hear about the rumor? This is a bit of a like it isn't a spoiler because it's a rumor, but that Ida might not be dead.
Oh yeah, you told me.
So that she might actually be in the Garlean Empire. She might be like a Garlean
That could
now.
be interesting.
Yeah. So
that's why the Xenos has long hair.
Yeah, that's a lot of people said that, but apparently people have already data mined, and it doesn't have.
How?
It's a male face.
Oh, that's don't data mine and ruin it. Do something better.
Spoilers.
I mean, it's not spoilers because it's not part of it's not something people talk about in the main
Why
story.
is he in the files?
Because he's
he in the game?
cutscene. It's a real-time rendering, so of course.
God, yeah, of course. Oh, that's stupid. Oh, I hate them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a bit surprised you're going for Doma first. Though. I mean, I would just assume Alamigo first because it's closer, and then ferry on over around to Doma. But it could be interesting to get. Yeah.
Yeah, trying to be edgy, trying to be like cool.
That's what like on.
Yeah. Any the next question, please.
From Tri-Edge. He's edgy like you as well.
Okay.
He says, what are you looking forward to the most in Stormblood, and what perhaps are you looking forward to the least?
Oh, big question. That's a very good question. I'm looking forward to seeing the areas. I'm looking forward to seeing all the new locations. I'm looking forward to seeing Doma. And I'm looking least the thing I'm looking least forward to is the ether currents.
Oh yeah.
Having to find all the ether currents and attuning to them. Because these areas look pretty big, so it's gonna be pretty awful.
Don't go there, Larry. So
I can tell you that.
Yeah, Orange, go ahead.
That the thing I'm looking forward to the least is Eureka.
Really?
What? Excuse
Because
me?
I know the term exploration, what the term exploration means for them, and I'm not very hyped. Maybe I'll change my opinion on this, but for now, it's the thing I'm looking forward the least. But and the most
we know nothing about it.
Yeah, but I can smell the diadem feel. Well, anyway, and the other one is the overall the PS3 limitations. What were they limited? Like, I want to see the trials. It's the thing that I love the most in Heavensward.
Yeah.
And if they were better, wow, they are going to be breathtaking.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, Maela?
I just wanted to tell Larisor that the Thancred being that plot line could have been the greatest twist in the history of Final Fantasy, and they ruined it. So
yeah,
going back there. Next question. This one's probably mostly related to you, Lukile, but are you planning on adding any more series to your channel? Any ideas for anything in particular? And we're not talking about Final Fantasy.
And not related to Final Fantasy 14.
Probably
what was the
anything.
question? Oh,
just any more series.
Obviously yes. But you see, it's difficult because I mean, I'd have to ask the audience to what they would want, because we did, like, Orange and I in the very beginning, we talked about doing stuff that was not Final Fantasy 14 related, like maybe Final Fantasy related, like a Final Fantasy whatever 12 series. I don't know.
13.
No, we're not doing 13. Stop it.
Oh, why not?
But yeah, there's of course the Chronicles of a Realm 1, and that's like the last one I have planned. But I'm playing with the idea of, I don't want to say anything yet because that makes it real. So I don't I don't want to say that I'm planning something that I'm probably gonna abandon. But yeah, we'll see. Time will tell. There are plans there to. This channel is not gonna die yet, and there is. I am playing with the idea of making a series that is not directly tied to 14. Which is scary, but if I do that, I'll let you know, of course. But yeah,
that's what Larry said in chat. It's very difficult expanding the channel when it's focused for 14. You know what? When I told you I wanted to make a video about a thing that I found really interesting. It was for a Guild Wars 1 player. How did it feel Guild Wars 2? Because it's I believe a lot of Final Fantasy 14 players have played Guild Wars 2, but not Guild Wars 1.
Yeah.
And well, I found it a really interesting topic to talk about, and it was very different to what people think. But yeah, it kinda not fit into the channel right now.
Yeah. We at some point I just said we're a Final Fantasy 14 channel, and I said until we know that we're capable of like split, because I want to do like other Final Fantasy God, what's it called, Final Fantasy titles series, or stuff like that. We did so it has been brought up, but as Larry also said, that it's difficult when you have a channel that is primarily one title, and like our channel, our entire brand sort of is made from the podcast. The podcast was like the seed, and then the series grew around it, and now when people see a video from Speakers Network, that is to them that has to be a Final Fantasy 14 video. So Fall and Rise of Final Fantasy 8. Yeah. So actually we could have made a Fall and Rise on Final Fantasy 13. Actually, the Fall and Fall, or the Rise and Fall. That should actually be Rise and Fall. Maybe that's an idea. I'm gonna make a note here. Yeah.
Make a note.
Someone also made a suggestion: what not to glam. I saw that in chat. That's a nice. That's a good
idea.
That's a good idea. Get on it, Maela. You can do that. Oh, we have to talk about. Dude, I have to bring this up.
Don't bring up Final Fantasy X. We're not talking about Final Fantasy. Oh, it could have been so good. It could have been so good.
We were.
Go ahead.
I feel so bad for Maela because Maela was thinking about making a Final Fantasy X playthrough. So I said, "Go ahead. You have my permission." And he did all this thing like setting it up, and he was like, "I have to use it." So I told him how to use Audacity with noise reduction. It was like a big thing, and then he's gone for a while, and then he comes back. And he tells me that he's been playing for an hour, so he has like an hour video file, but a 1 minute audio file.
I have 8 gigabytes of video footage and like 600 megabytes of audio.
That's so sad. And the fact that you've like been talking to yourself makes it even sadder.
I said at the end to no one, "See you in the next episode."
Oh, that hurts. It still hurts. It hurts.
It was only the first hour. I could still do it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be able to. It wouldn't be the same start. But
no.
If anyone wants to actually see it,
yeah. If you want to watch Maela play Final Fantasy X, let us know. Okay. Next question.
Next question. This one comes from Koran.
All right.
Speaking of Stormblood, you're very busy with your videos, but well, obviously nothing. But what's keeping you on the game nowadays, Lukile? Any good idea for motivation to keep going till 4.9?
I'm not the best person to ask because I have to say
it's a good choice as well.
He's the AFK queen.
I have to say that even though I AFK a lot, I kind of enjoy. This is weird because I'm the kind of guy that when I play Final Fantasy 14, I almost only exclusively play 14. The only games I play like in between are like really like one-off games that I really don't really play that much.
Like
afterwards.
Bastion.
Like Bastion. Don't bring up Bastion. Don't look at my channel.
Fear.
And 15 Final Fantasy.
Don't look. You brought it up. You brought it up. Actually, well, what happened to that? What actually happened to that playthrough?
Which one?
Your save game, your save got corrupted, I think.
Oh yeah, on Bastion,
excuse,
my computer just died, so I had to reinstall Windows, and I forgot to back up Bastion, so I didn't want to restart everything. Classic. With 15, I don't remember what happened. Oh, actually, I just didn't like it. I was like, there was so much wrong with the there was so much wrong at the time because I played it like right after launch, so that was before they patched it up. And there was a lot of bugs with the game. And it crashed. It crashed during recording. And I thought, that's it. I've had enough. And I didn't pick it up again. I'm terrible at Let's Play, so I don't know.
I made a playthrough, but you didn't want me to upload it.
Orange has this weird idea
made one?
that Orange wants to make a Let's Play of Drod RPG. And I implore you all to go to Google and do a quick search on Drod, that's D-R-O-D, RPG, and just look at the screenshots, and you will see
Come on, tell me it wouldn't
why
be
I
interesting.
keep denying that
Concept.
Did you actually record anything, Orange?
Yeah.
Did you make sure to do the audio?
I have it in my folder there.
Nice.
No,
My
you
Fraps
didn't.
folder. I have 46 minutes.
Oh.
You fucking kidding me? That's sad. The question
you're
was
sad.
motivation for playing. I have to say
keep
that
you going till 4.0.
as I said, I'm weird. I usually just play 14. So when I don't have anything to do, I just AFK and I just binge watch YouTube videos. That's what I've been doing. What a life. And but if you really wanna, like, I've made a point of getting all my classes to 60. If you don't have all your classes to 60, this might be the time to do that. Because you've got a lot of time left. You've still got 2 months, and there's not a lot of other end game content left. If you're like me though, if you've sort of maxed out your main, and you can of course do also crafting classes and gathering classes.
Yeah. Try
Just
something
play
new.
11.
Yeah,
Do
try
a little bit
something
of
new.
crafting. Do a little bit of gathering.
Yeah.
Do a little bit of Lords of Dominion.
Yeah. And you don't even have to. Although I just brushed over. Yeah. Of course, you can do Lords of Dominion.
Have you completed every Lords of Dominion challenge
No.
and got the minion?
I
Because there's a minion for it.
I know. There's someone in our free company that did that. I think. I don't know if he actually started with a K.
And now he's never played again.
No. And what else? Yeah. So that's basically it. Level up all your alts. If you have all your alts to 60, try gearing them up.
Yeah, because there's no restrictions anymore.
Yeah. So
Gear them up for it to be worthless in 2 months' time.
yeah. Yeah, so that's that. Next question.
Next question. This is a
Is it the Patreon one?
pertinent one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Titan 96. When do I get my acrylic blocks? With 3 question marks.
Okay, so this is for the Patreon reward for the $50 thing. Now, here's the thing. We put in that you were going to get an acrylic block. Now, the point is that the problem is that I made that post on the reward thing down, and then just a few hours later, someone pledged $50, and I thought, oh shit, I haven't actually checked if we can do these acrylic blocks now. And of course, because my luck is the way it is, there is a problem with this, because apparently I can't send them. It's a bit complicated. I'm working it out, but the blocks will be sent. I have you saved, so you will receive the nice acrylic Speakers of Heidel acrylic block. It might be there by the end of the month. But don't take my word. You'll get it. That's what I'm saying. But we might. I will send you message. I will send you an email. That's more or less all I can say, really. Okay.
There's a quick one that's for me in orange from XIC5 can. It's just saying, can we get a cam for me and an HD cam for orange?
Get an HD cam for orange. We can actually. So we'll for orange.
Well, technically, my cam is HD, but
I think it's just horrible. Actually, what orange needs is lights.
Yeah.
What?
He sits in the dark all the time.
I think you need like a
no,
soft
I can do that,
but that's in the plans. Yeah, but it's yeah.
I mean, I have a camera, but I am.
But it shows my untidy bed. So
sorry, what did you just say, Maela?
I'm a dinosaur.
Yeah, that's true. So
if you want to see me as a dinosaur again, fine.
You're not doing the dinosaur thing.
I like the dinosaur thing.
Yeah. We'll see. We're doing gradual upgrades. So
I think the biggest reason why I don't have a camera is because the room that my room is has been in a perpetual state of renovation for years, and so the background wall behind me is sort of wallpaperless.
Oh, nice.
So it doesn't look very nice.
Lovely. That sounds lovely. So
I'd have to put something up there.
So what you need is basically a background.
Yeah, I need a background.
I'll make a list.
So do I.
If anyone wants to...
You've actually made your bed.
No, good boy. I am not a Lala fan.
Background.
I am a dinosaur.
I'm making a list.
I just 1% wiped on Skatach.
I saw a long question.
I've written it down from Sihuvak.
Okay.
I've got everything, but I'm just going in order.
Okay.
Next one from Nickel Mew.
Okay.
Question for the team. What do you think will be revealed in the letter from the producer live on Friday?
Good question. I think what we're going to get is... We're going to get... they're probably going to review some of the stuff that's already been released on the website. That's for sure. They're going to go through some of the screenshots, most likely. This might be where we get in-game footage, like video from the new areas, like we did with Heavensward, where they actually like walk through. Like I'm talking here about Alamigo. I'm still hoping for that they show actual content from Alamigo.
The actual city.
Yeah, or the areas around Girabania. We haven't seen any of that in-game either, have we? Have we?
We have pictures.
We have pictures, but not video.
Well, no, we had a video for Alka's Reach.
Have we had a tour of...
Red Mage was revealed in that area.
Yeah, we had a video of Alka's Reach from the first live.
True.
It looked very nice.
But they have still not made like a tour... Like they made a tour of the North video for Heavensward. And we
need to know how many zones we're actually getting. Would be nice.
We definitely have to know the job changes.
Yes, I expect that to be sort of a weekly.
It wouldn't be a good idea to not say anything until launch and let people like, what is this? What is that?
And I think maybe this is when we get to hear the new theme, or am I being too optimistic?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
maybe, but I think they will just drop it in the YouTube channel.
Yeah, maybe.
No Switch edition. No, please. Santos, please don't
No,
stop it.
no Nintendo Switch.
We don't want Switch with us.
Yeah.
With Final Fantasy 14 only, of course.
Please. Nintendo Switch edition, please.
It will be for them. They will have their own server.
Yeah.
Probably will need it.
Yeah. Next question. Well, or did you answer, Maela? What do you think they're going to reveal?
God. I don't know.
Yeah, I've kind of. Yeah.
I don't know.
I want to.
Maybe
something
they'll show
to
off
do
the
with
new.
the battle system.
Yeah. I feel like they
But
have to now.
I want an answer about Tancred.
Oh yeah, where was he?
Yeah, where was Tancred?
I feel like I'm going to be disappointed with the live letter. I reckon they're going to be like, "Oh,
We just forgot about them.
I
adding the umbrella to the next station or something like that." I don't know what they'll reveal.
What if they patch the story cutscenes and they just add Tancred in there because they forgot about him?
As every character, everyone's Tancred.
The benchmark. Do you think we will have a benchmark this time?
Oh yeah, we probably will.
I think they said that we're going to, but at one point I'm sure we weren't going to. So I don't know anymore.
It's a bit up and down that, but I don't see any reason why they wouldn't make one. It's great promotion. Sending that around to people, like, see,
But it makes time.
Can your computer handle Stormblood? From what I've heard, they're gonna add like some new lighting thing in the graphics. That is pulling right out of my ass, I think. But I think I read it somewhere that they're gonna fix.
But now that they are asking us to switch to a 64-bit system, maybe they want to give us something to test our PCs.
Yeah, maybe.
Who's still on a 32-bit operating system though?
Who? What?
Who's still on a 32-bit operating system?
Exactly. That's...
I mean, I'm not sure you can even buy 32-bit anymore.
I'd be surprised if you could. Yeah, that would be weird.
You can only deal with like 2 gigs of RAM before you have to. I can't remember. It might be 4.
Yeah, there's like really
There's a limit
limited.
there.
Oh, I'm really in chat. Did they say that nothing would be revealed in about the battle system?
Fantastic.
Also, they've already said that. Yeah.
Oh my god. It's like we are completely changing the battle system. We're not going to give you any info about it. Just find it out.
The less they talk about it, the more worried I get. Because
it's not like the more hyped we are.
It's like, are they embarrassed? Are they embarrassed? Are they just buying time so that they can save the disappointment? I don't know. Windows Home Edition is 32 bits and you get 4 gigs. Wow.
Okay, so after 4 gigs, then you need. Oh, well, still, whatever.
Yeah. Also,
Next
apparently they'll be adding actual sleeves instead of the stiff ones we have. Yeah, we talked about that in the previous episode.
Is that just for the Samurai Artifact Killer? Is that for everything? Will
I
they go
would-
back and do it retroactively for the
Oh,
old?
no way that they're gonna do that. No way. Yeah, no, they're gonna be stiff as fuck. But everything introduced after will probably have the sleeve effects.
Thanks for adding Unigear before that.
Yeah,
Her gear's entirely sleeves.
that's true.
Right, next question, which is probably one that I have no idea about. It's from the Complex. It's, since Inspector Briardian had a story quest in Heavenswood, should they do the same for Gilgamesh in Stormblood?
Oh, that
I
would
don't
be
have
cool.
a clue who that is, so...
Okay,
ahead.
yeah, you haven't done, as we said, Hildebrand. He's not done any of the Hildebrand stuff. But you can imagine if Gilgamesh had its own storyline, or like I completely blacked out what I was talking about there. What did I say?
You said if he had his own storyline.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty neat. I mean, Gilgamesh
That
is
would be
awesome, but I mean, have we had enough of Gilgamesh now, or because he can still show up in Hildebrand again, like he can just pop up whenever.
I skipped this story, so I can't tell.
You skipped
What?
Hildebrand.
You skipped Hildebrand. I mean,
Of course I did.
sacrilege.
Why would I only read the main story.
I
Dude.
told you
Come
that.
back and do Hildebrand with me.
No, but I already. I mean, I didn't
have you
do
not done-
Hildebrand with my new character, but
Oh.
of course I skipped it when.
Your question is in 2 questions' time. See who back, so you're back in time. Don't worry.
Oh, rice. Rice.
Right.
Oh, rice.
Oh, noodles. Dragon Samurai asks, and this is probably mostly for you, Orange. Do you think we'll get a successor to Aurum Vale?
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
I hope we get a new Aurum Vale dungeon.
Extreme Edition? Maybe?
I don't want that. No.
Or like a
Yes.
Silver Vale, whatever silver is. I can't remember what
Silver
it is in
Vale.
Latin. Next Aurum's gold, isn't it? So silver would be...
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't
that's
remember.
true.
You only hate Aurum Vale because
Of
Because of
1.0.
everyone else.
Yeah.
no, well, 1.0.
I hate it
But
because of 1.0.
Great dungeon. I'm tired of saying this, but it's the only dungeon below 50 that requires a skill check.
Moving
Yes.
on.
That's the answer.
From C. Huvak. Lukile,
Yeah.
my question is, do you think that Square Enix will add a Aurum Vale, Zamile Darkhold, Cutter's Cry, and Totorak hard modes in Stormblood? After seeing your content, I'd like to see this dungeons expanded or areas more accessible like in 1.0. Argentum, thank you, Guild Wars 1 fan.
Well, the good news here is that the Yoshi P said explicitly that that's never going to happen. Because they had such a hard time, apparently, porting it from 1.0 to 2.0, that it's proven difficult to add anything to those dungeons or modify their layout. So I don't think that's ever going to happen, thankfully. Although it would be interesting to see those in like an hard mode. I'm kind of like on one side I kind of want to see that happen.
Totorak hard mode. Do you really want it?
No,
No.
that's probably
That one is forgotten forever.
Yeah, that one has to die, and it should have died It should have died with the calamity. It should have collapsed. But sadly it didn't. So now we have to get it on our leveling roulette every time. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. No, not sadly. Happily, I'm very happy that that's not happening.
Are those 4 the only 1.0 dungeons, damn it?
What?
Are those 4 the only 1.0 dungeons?
Yes, they are. They
So
were the only dungeons in 1.0.
They're all horrible.
I think the reason why is because they were made for
Sorry.
They were made for a game that was a little bit different than The Realm Reborn. It was paced differently, so that's why it's so awkwardly made. Like, it feels very awkward. Like the length. Sometimes, like for instance, Aurum Vale. Totorak feels like a fucking eternity. But in 1.0, man, that felt even worse because it was longer. It had multiple paths.
Oh.
And you had to choose which boss you wanted to kill. And good luck doing that with strangers because they would run in fucking every single direction. Like, it was fucking nightmarish. But yeah, everyone sort of knew which boss was the quickest one to get to. But there was also... But that's the thing I like. Now we're bringing this back again. But achievements in dungeons... Achievement rewards in dungeons. That's... I kind of want that back.
Yeah.
Because that's probably why the dungeons feel so weird right now. Because they had a lot of paths. But that was because if you decided to go all these paths, you could get different kinds of rewards at the end. So yes, to answer the question again, no, I don't think we'll get that. Enjoy the dungeons as they are now.
Did 1.0 Cutter's Cry have the circle that appears under you if you stand still?
Yeah, but in 1.0 it was not, because now it's just like it ticks faster if there's more people in the. But back then it required a certain amount of players to stand in them, and it would unlock. But yeah, they changed that to ticking. Those were actually supposed to be in Aurum Vale as well. They were in 1.0 Aurum Vale. Thankfully, they imagine if those were in Aurum Vale as well. Amazing.
Next question from Brian Braden. Hey guys, any idea on what the next tome implementation will be? And if we will use law to trade for scripture?
The last part of the question is totally yes.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. But because that's what we did with A Realm Reborn to Heavensward. But yeah, it's gonna be weird now because now we're gonna have a second currency that's static.
Do you think that they might just make scriptures turn into poetics eventually, or not?
Poetics will be there.
Because that will mean eventually we'll have like 7 static
Yeah,
tomestones.
it's a bit
But
weird.
they like keep only a real reward players in the game, so they can remove that currency.
That's true, because
Exactly,
then
yeah.
they'd be able to get.
Otherwise, they will be like, "Oh yes, I did."
Finally, 260 gear.
Yeah, they'll get 260 gear, and they still only have A Realm Reborn, so they can never utilize that item level.
Yeah, they can't do that. Oh,
They'll be level
that's
synced
not a
in
good
dungeons.
system. That's
Yeah.
why tomestones need to disappear.
For now, I think it's going to be there, and we will have a new one.
Yeah,
Maybe they could make them viable for Gil and just remove.
Oh, that
What?
will be amazing for Jill instead.
That buy tomestones for Gil. No,
No,
oh no,
buy
the gear.
the
The older
Gil
ones.
Oh,
like the
God.
level 60 gear. Because what's the point in it? There's no point in it.
Well, it's time getting. That's what it is. Yeah. What was the first part of the question again?
Any idea on what the next tome implementation will be? My guess is it will be orange.
Oh yeah, the color of them. Yeah, that would be neat. Or yeah.
I don't know what
What
it'll
are we
be
gonna
called.
call them though? It's gonna be like something far-fetched.
It's got to be like
or-
a Japanese name.
Yeah. This is something that doesn't make any sense. Elegant tomestones of monocles.
Yeah.
Oh, Makuhara!
Yeah. Next tome will be Tomestones of Tomes.
That would be
There
useful.
we go. There we go. That solves everything.
Just go to the Twitter that randomly post.
Yeah, that I keep checking in on that because I was there when it tweeted the oh, which one was it? Has it done the ass one yet? I'm still waiting for. I think I'm still waiting for ass, but it did. Did it do? Did it do anal yet? Don't. Oh, please. That's gonna be a gif. That's gonna be like someone's gonna take that soundbite out. Has it done anal yet? Anyway, are there any more questions?
There's a quick one. Is from Koran. Question to the team: what's your /playtime in Ziv?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I did it. I checked it 2 months ago, maybe, and it was over 4,000 hours. Yeah.
I
Not
can't.
bad.
Does
I don't know what mine is, but I've only been playing since sort of last January on this character.
all right.
And sort of after the first 6 months, I'm pretty sure my playtime was almost 6 months worth of real life time. Because I really played it a lot at the start.
Yeah.
I think it's the game I've played the most.
I have like
Yeah.
an insane amount of time. I can't remember.
You
You've got a lot
probably
of
have
Irish time.
the double of what I have.
Yeah, probably. Oh, yeah, definitely. I remember I haven't checked it in like centuries, but I remember that I checked it when it came out, when that feature was added to our
Yeah.
or Heavensward.
I remember that Beryl had more than me.
Yeah, and I remember Vera had like way more than I thought, and I got disappointed by my playtime because I thought I had more.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But I must have a lot now because I usually what I do is that I wake up in the morning, then I just start A Realm Reborn and I leave my computer, of course, and do the day, and then my character's just standing there all day
Why do you do that?
in Idleshire. I don't know, because sometimes I just I don't know. I don't really know why I do it. I log in as my character and then I look through the free like I'm checking out the free company and I'm checking if something's happened, and then I just leave him there. I that's a weird thing that I do actually. I don't know why.
Surprised you don't lose connection throughout the day.
I don't really want to check my playtime now, but okay,
Yeah, it's really,
it's probably gonna be
it's sad.
yeah, it's sad but I know that most of it is
Very
actual
interesting.
playtime.
I remember I will ask for this feature to be removed because
It's very hard to find.
when I
want
found
to
out when I
remove the feature?
stopped playing League of Legends, there was like a website where you would put your name on it and it will tell you the amount of hours that you have had played, and I had over 1,000, and I got really sad as well.
Yeah. Lukile wants to show his glamour, the true endgame. Yeah.
He does. His little.
Like he's not
song
showing
outfit.
it in his videos.
Yeah.
Lukile, he's got his songs. What is it? Seneschal's coat and his stupid golden boots.
I look amazing, and you
Golden
know it.
Every outfit Lukile wears, he has the dinosaur leather boots dyed gold, and that is like his.
That's my
signature.
trade. Yeah, that's my signature. That's Lukile to me. He needs to have those golden boots. If the outfit doesn't fit with the golden boots, well, you have to change outfit.
Rhubarb pink trousers, honey yellow top, and those boots.
Wait,
He's
what?
a mess.
That's not what I'm wearing.
Do you not remember when you changed all your outfits to like?
No.
yellow and
That
pink?
was just a fever dream you had, I think, or something.
No.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
There are a couple of questions. There's, I think we already answered the one from Santos about the Switch edition.
Yeah.
We enjoyed that one.
Yeah, you know the answer.
Triad says, what about the car from Final Fantasy 15 being a mount that can be only used on concrete roads? Kappa.
Wait, sorry, I didn't hear a
The
word you said.
regalia from 15, but it can only be used on the roads. Well, it says concrete roads, but I guess roads in general.
So, excuse me, what was the question? Sorry, I'm a very bad host. I checked my phone. I'm a terrible host.
Lukile.
Yeah.
What about the car from Final Fantasy 15
Yeah?
being a mount that can only be used on concrete roads?
Oh. Well, that would
That'll be another soundbite.
That would be a... Don't make sound bites. Yeah, that would be a mount you would only be able to use that in the city states then, and that you can't use mounts in city states, so you could only use it in Idleshire, and maybe in the Dravanian hinterlands.
Yeah, maybe there actually. Yeah, but
Yeah, because there aren't a lot of concrete roads.
Oh, maybe in the housing areas.
Oh yeah, all the useful areas that you need them. Just cruising around in your regalia.
I really want it to be implemented. Why aren't they doing it?
Because it doesn't fit with. First of all,
do you think Yokai Watch fits the game?
No. Listen, first of all, it doesn't fit with the lore because obviously cars don't work like that in Eorzea. Like they're fucking using yellow birds to get around.
Mount fit in Eorzea, of course.
In it.
And no, but the Yokai Watch is actually somewhat.
No, it's not.
It makes somewhat sense, but
no,
it is because that's you're riding a sperm, and it's you're riding a yokai thing, and it's just
he's called Whisper. Oh my god,
whatever his name is, and
I can't remember.
But the regalia is like a car. It's a full-on car from our the same kind of car we drive here. And in a world where people use yellow birds to drag them around, to get around, and also looking at the topography of Eorzea, how the fuck is that car going to be able to drive on those roads?
That'd be fine. It's off-road drive.
That car is very low.
But there are so many things that are wrong in this game.
Yeah, but
why is Fenrir flying?
A sperm.
Because he has magical.
Yeah, and why is the chair flying as well?
Because it's Louis Suarez.
Yeah, but that's magic.
No, it's Lumort. But no. It says that it didn't belong to him.
Yeah, it didn't belong to Louis Suarez.
Next question from Gundam Wing 1 fan.
Okay.
With the addition of 2 new jobs, the amount of gear in a single chest will get a bit ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yoshi says they're thinking about changing this in some way, but what would you like to see? Lukile, Bravestone, and Orange Caramel.
Wait, can you? I think I misunderstood the question. Do it again.
So they're adding 2 new jobs. So the amount of gear in a single chest will get a bit ridiculous. You're only getting 2 bits of gear in each chest.
Yeah.
So it'll be for more different classes. Yoshi thinks they're changing this in some way, but what would you like to see in regards to that? How they're distributing gear? To take into account the new job.
That's a good question. What do you think, Maela? I feel like you're better at this than me.
To be honest, they're probably just going to try and incorporate more classes into the 4 gear sets. which would be a bit sad.
Yeah.
Maybe they just increased the number. Or no, I think what they should do is make it so the things that drop are class specific for the people running the dungeon, and then at least everyone has a chance at something.
Yeah. Didn't they talk about something like that?
I think
And
that's probably what the Yoshi said they're thinking about changing. I think that would
yeah,
be the best solution.
I think that would be definitely be. I agree. I support that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Unless Orange has any different views on that.
No, not really.
Oh.
Fantastic. Next question, they're still pouring in. Watch It 1337 says, any news on new custom delivery class characters even? Since right now we still only have Slowy.
Yeah, that's
No news.
what the fuck happened to Slowy?
She's done.
Yeah,
We
she's
finished
done. That whole thing was
The glamour reward.
where's the glamour reward?
Where is it?
We're obviously getting more characters because that system is obviously meant to expand because they can't just have made content like that and after 5 hearts that's it.
Yeah,
that
and
content is done
it has
forever.
a timer line
Yeah.
for special deliveries. So I guess, yeah, what you said. But
Yeah.
where is the fucking glamour reward? Come on. where is it? It's the only thing I was doing. Well, actually.
Oh well.
But it's a thing that we all were expecting.
I think we all just have to accept that the glamour rewards are just nothing that's not going to happen. Yeah, I think with Stormblood we'll probably not at launch because it seems like we're not getting a lot at launch. They're planning to add stuff in content patches, but probably 4.1 or 4.2 we might see an expansion of that system again, getting a new character or something. Most likely. And I don't know who that would be though. Probably related to Slowy, right? They would just build on her story. Or do you think it'll
Aliopo. I want it to just be like the forgotten characters, like just a random NPC in Camp Drybone or whatever, Swift Perch, and you're like, oh, who's this guy? And he tells you a story. You learn a bit about the world.
Yeah, you learn what he likes to eat.
I have a phone call incoming. 1 sec.
Fantastic.
This podcast just gets better. It's like a wine, fine wine.
This next question is directed directly at you, Lukile. So
dear Lord.
It's from Suhuvak again. Lukile, did you enjoy the Yokai Watch event? I only ask because you glamoured the watch on your character in your videos. Okay,
that's a 2-part answer. First of all, the Yokai, I was like one of those that was the most upset about the Yokai Watch event, because I was like, this makes no sense. This is just like, this event is just bad.
Sorry, by the way.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, it's okay. I forgot what I forgot words. But yeah, then I saw the sperm. Oh god, there are so many sound bites you can make out of this. But I saw like the sperm. What's it called? The mount again? The wisp.
Whisper.
Whisper. And I thought, okay, this is it. This is the end of Final Fantasy XIV. And I was a bit salty because they didn't. They should have added a Pokemon event in my eyes.
Or a Final Fantasy event.
Yeah, because this Yokai Watch thing came just as Pokemon Go was like sweeping over the world.
Oh yeah, true.
So I thought that was a lost opportunity right there. They could have put Pokemon into Final Fantasy XIV, and that makes just as much sense as Yokai Watch. Probably more. But yeah, I didn't like the quests, the system with the like the amount of grinding you had to do to get all that stuff, to get just to get like
the shining one,
the shiny sperm.
The shiny one's good.
Yeah, I started doing it, but then I stopped.
I completed that event.
You did, you bastard. That's.
I think I got halfway, but I stopped.
Yeah,
it took a long time.
It was consuming a lot of time, and I think it was during the summer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And I wanted to do more fun stuff.
Yeah.
So I had to answer myself, is this worth the time? And the answer was obviously no for me.
Lukile, please, for your sake, just call it a ghost. I will try to call it a ghost. I have to stop calling it the S word. But yeah, the reason why I have it on my wrist is on my character is because I hated that event so much. I thought, I'm gonna wear this because I'm a fucking, I don't know why I did that. And then it just sort of became my character. So every time I like, because when I got better gear and it replaced the Yokai Watch, I was like, something's missing here. So I just kept glamoring it on. So it was more like, it's more like a joke. but now it's sort of part of Lukile, the character. So that's why I'm wearing it. It's not because I love Yokai Watch or love the event. It's just because that's just how my character looks now.
I quite liked that event.
You did. I didn't.
Except for the second part with the RNG where it was like 15 medals each.
Oh yeah, it got you got less and less the more you progressed. That was sad.
If they made it so it wasn't RNG and it dropped every time, that would have been a great event, because you had to use the specific minion and do the fates in the certain areas. It was a good idea.
Yeah.
Ish. But they they pushed the look a little bit too far.
Yeah. Okay, I saw someone mentioning a near crossover, but I think they didn't. Did they talk about that?
I think they said they wanted to do a 15-1 if they were doing anything first.
So we're not getting a near one.
I would love a near Automata. It's a beautiful game.
Yeah, it is.
Lovely.
Okay, moving on.
There's no more questions.
That's it. That's the last question. Okay.
That was the last question. If you have any more for next week, email us at... whatever it is.
Email us at speakersofidlen@gmail.com. I did forget to mention this at the beginning. I should have said that. Did we mention the artwork thing? No, I don't think we did. We are gathering artwork for an end segment that we're planning. So, and that does include regular Final Fantasy XIV stuff and fan art, as well as if you want to make fan fiction, we will read that shit as well at the end of the podcasts. So definitely do that if you like to doodle. Just this is I feel like I have to do this every time. This is how my show notes look today. The usual arrows, and there's like some stuff here, and I don't know. Does it say
Bria?
Wow. And there's successor to Aurum Vale and
Dragon Samurai.
Yeah, that was the one who asked the question, and and some arrows. And yeah, I hope you like my drawings. My best work is yet to come. This is it. I made a box, and then I crossed it out. So, and there's of course my arrows. I don't know why I keep making arrows, but that's what I do. And I also, here's the list of what we need: background and lights. So yeah. Okay.
Look forward.
Time to wrap it up. Time to wrap it all up. I'm Lukile Bravestone. I've been joined by Orange Caramel and Maela Vanadar. Remember to follow us on Twitter at SpeakersXIV, on Facebook.com/SpeakersXIV, on Twitch /SpeakersOfIdlen, and YouTube.com/SpeakersXIV. We'll be back next Saturday at the same time, 7 p.m. GMT, 12 p.m. PDT. And until then, guys, thanks for watching. Bye. Thank you for watching this episode of Speakers of Eidolon. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you want more. We're also on Twitter at twitter.com/SpeakersXIV and on Facebook at facebook.com/SpeakersXIV. The show is also available in audio form on iTunes. Link is in the description. If you want to watch the show live, the show runs live every Saturday at 7 p.m. GMT, 12 p.m. PDT on twitch.tv/SpeakersOfIdlen and on youtube.com/SpeakersXIV. If you want to support the show, consider pledging to our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV. Thank you.